So this is the lecture number 3 for the chapter Lines and Angles of the class 9th, and we are discussing the exercise 6.2. And the last lecture we have done the question number 1. Now in question number 2, it is given that AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF. Now when AB is parallel to CD and CD is parallel to EF, we can easily say that AB is parallel to CD plus is parallel to EF. Now it is given that the ratio between the angle Y and Z, see the angles, mark your figure very carefully, Y and Z, the ratio between these two angles is equal to 3:7. And you have to find this angle X. This angle X you have to find. Now as we have done in the last exercise also, when the ratio between the angles is given, so you can let that Y is equal to 3A and Z is equal to 7A. 3A and 7A. Now if we mark this angle 1 in the figure, then the angle 1 will be equal to Y because they are vertically opposite angles. Mark the angles very carefully in your figure if it is not given. Now angle 1 will be equal to Y because they are vertical opposite angles. Now angle 1 plus angle Z is equal to 180 degree because they are co-interior angles. So co-interior angle. We have done in the before this exercise. These lines are parallel. This is the transversal. The angles between on the same side of the transversal is known as the co-interior angle, and they are supplementary. So angle 1 plus angle Z is equal to 180 degree. Now angle 1 is equal to Y, angle Z is it as it is. Angle 1 is equal to 3A because angle 1 is equal to Y, and we have let that to Y is equal to 3A. Z is 7x. It is, we have let it here. Now sum of these two angles is equal to 180 degree. The value of A comes out to be 18, and angle X and Y is equal to 7A. Angle X and Z is equal to 7A. X is already found, that is 18. So 7 into 18, that is 126 degree is the value of X. X is equal to Z because they are alternate angles, and Z is equal to 7A. 7 into 18 because the value of 18 is equal to A. We have already found it out. So this is the angle X. In question number 3, it is given that, see it very carefully, these are two lines AB and CD. They are parallel to each other, and there is a line segment EF which is perpendicular to both the lines. So I mark this angle this as 90 degree and this angle as 90 degree, and it is given that angle GED is equal to 126 degree angle, and you have to find the following angles, that is AGE, FGE angle you have to find, and angle FEG you have to find. These three angles you have to find carefully. Now this angle AGE, see it very carefully, AGE is equal to GED. This angle will be equal to this angle because they are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles because these lines are parallel. This is a transversal, or this is also a transversal. So this angle will be equal to this angle because they are alternate interior angle. AGE is equal to angle GED because they are alternate interior angles. Now this angle can easily find, that is FGE will be equal to 180 minus this angle, because the sum of these two angles 180 degree, they are forming the linear pair, and this angle is equal to 126. If you subtract this angle from 180 degree, you'll get this angle FGE. This is angle FGE, 180 minus 126, that is 54. Now how you can find this angle? This angle easily can be find out if you subtract 90 degree angle from 126, that is AGE minus angle 90 degree, you'll get angle AFEG. This angle FEG will be equal to GED minus angle FED, that is 90 degree. So 126 minus 90, the value of angle FEG will be equal to 36. So this is the three angles you have to find in this question. Now in question number 4, it is given that the figure is given in this question, and it is given that PQ is parallel to ST. It is given that PQ is parallel to ST, and these two angles are given, that is PQR angle is given and angle RST is given, and you have to find this angle QRS you have to find. Now to prove it, I've drawn a line RU parallel to ST. RU parallel to ST. If I've drawn is parallel to ST, then it will be also parallel to PQ because these two lines are parallel. So I've drawn this line parallel to this. Now because the sum, these two lines are parallel, the sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree because they are forming the co-interior angles. They are forming the co-interior angles. This angle plus this angle is equal to 180 degree, co-interior angles. Now this angle RST is equal to 130 degree. If you subtract this angle from 180 degree, you will get this angle. That is SRU. SRU will be 50 degree. Now angle QRU and PQR, they are alternate angles. Now see it very clearly. PQR and angle QRU, they are alternate angles. These lines are parallel, and this angles and this angle is equal to each other because they are forming the alternate angles. This alternate angles. Okay. So angle QRS will be obtained by subtracting this angle because we have proved that this angle is equal to how much? This angle equal to 50 degree, and this angle is equal to how much? 110. So we subtract this angle, we will get this angle. 110. Angle QRS will be equal to QRU minus SRQU, that is 110 minus 50, that is 60 degree. This angle you have to find. Tell you again. Now because these two are parallel line, the sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree, and you subtract 130 from 180 degree, you will get angle this, and angle PQR is equal to QRU. These angles are equal. And if it's this angle also it come out to be 110, and this is equal to 50. If we subtract this 50 angle from 110, you'll get angle QRS. This is the angle QRS. So this is the question number 4 of exercise 6.2. Now in question number 5 of this exercise, it is given that there is a triangle PQR, and the line is drawn parallel to this QR, or you can say CD. We have drawn it parallel, and you have to find these angles are given PRD and angle APQ. These angles are given as 127 and 50. You have to find the angles X and Y. The given and the proof you have to write in this. Now see it very carefully. This angle 50 and angle X will be equal to each other because they are alternate interior angles, because these lines are parallel. So these angle will be equal to each other. Now these two angles forming the linear pair, so you can find this angle PRQ. If you subtract this from 180 degree, 126 angle, this, if you subtract this angle from 180 degree, you'll get this angle PRQ. Now you have to find the angle Y also. So X angle Y plus angle X plus this angle is equal to 180 degree, because in a triangle the sum of all angles is equal to 180 degree. So X plus Y plus angle PRQ, that is PRQ, this angle is equal to 180 degree. You know the value of X, that is 50. You have to find Y. PRQ is equal to 53. So Y will be equal to 180 degree minus sum of these, that is 103, 77 degree. So this is the question number 5 of this exercise we are discussing, that exercise number 6.2. Now in question number 6, it is given that there is a figure given, that is rather two parallel mirrors are given. These two parallel mirrors are given, and there is a ray which is forming on this mirror and reflecting to the other mirror, and the other mirror also reflecting this ray to AC, and you have to prove that these incident ray and the refracted ray, that is BD and AC, are parallel to each other. Now, how can you prove that the lines are parallel? If we prove that their alternate angles are equal, or their co-interior angles are supplementary, or their corresponding angles are equal, then we can prove that the lines are parallel. So BD and parallel AC, you have to prove them parallel. So it is given that M is parallel to N and the ray BD is parallel to ray AC. Now you draw the normals on this mirrors. You know that in physics that the normals are the perpendicular line segment on the mirror, and because this is the incident ray, so angle 1 will be equal to angle 2, because angle 1 is equal to angle 2 because these are angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. Similarly, angle 3 will be equal to angle 4 because they are angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection. You have to write like this. You have to draw the construction, you have to draw the normals BM and AN, and these are angle of incidence equal to angle of reflection, and we have to write that BM will be parallel to AN because these are two parallel lines, and we have drawn the normals. Normals are the line segment which are perpendicular to the mirror. So BM will be parallel to AN. This you have to write. BM is parallel to AN because normals on the parallel mirrors. Now angle 2 will be equal to angle 3. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 3. See it very carefully. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 3 because these are parallel lines. This is the transversal. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 3 because they are alternate angles. Parallel lines, this is the transversal. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 3 because they are alternate angles. Now angle 2 will be half of angle DBA, and angle 3 will be half of angle BAC. Why half? Because these two angles are equal, so therefore AN will be the angle bisector, and angle 1 will be equal to angle 2 because BM is the angle bisector, because angle 1 angle 2 equal angle bisector. So that is, I have written in place of 2 half of angle DBA, and in place of angle 3 I have written half of angle BAC. I have written like this. I have written that BM and AN are the bisectors because angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Half this angle will be cancelled out. So DBA is equal to angle BAC. Which are these two angles? DBA and angle BAC. These are the alternate interior angles for the line BD and AC, and AB is the transversal. So because these alternate angles are equal, so we can say that BD is parallel to AC. See it carefully. You have to write the reason for each and every step. So this is the completion of exercise 6.2. We'll discuss the next exercise in the next lecture. Thank you.